Member lah. Okay.
Okay. Today.
Member lah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So. Okay. Today.
Member lah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Hope you enjoy. Okay, my name is Azman. So sometimes people call me boring.
Member lah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Hope you enjoy. Okay, my
Member lah.
Ui, faham feedback ni. Damn. Sorry. Ada feedback. Okay, everyone okay? Can hear my voice clear? Can see my screen? Okay. Okay, so tonight it will be our first Java session. Wait. Okay, so tonight it will be our first Java session. Sorry. Wait. Okay, sorry. I can hear some feedback. Wait, Okay, good. Okay, so I believe everyone already download, right? So there are two items that you need to download. Okay. One is Bellsoft JDK. Okay, another one Eclipse. Okay, so I believe everyone already download, right? So there are two items that you need to download. Okay. I know the culprit. Culprit is YouTube. Okay, so Eclipse actually is one of the IDE. So normally you will do coding using VS Code. Okay, so Eclipse actually it has been I can say it has been one of the top IDE for Java developer. So there are another one is IntelliJ. I'm not sure anyone use this IntelliJ. So this one got community and paid version ultimate. Okay, but the licensing is quite expensive lah. Okay, maybe for someone who already get used with US dollar, then you can say it is cheap lah. But if convert to RM is quite expensive. And then another one we have NetBeans. Okay, but for my class, actually my sessions from today onwards, we will use Eclipse. Okay, so how Eclipse looks like is just like this. So it is a very simple IDE. Okay, so from here actually you can see this one is Eclipse in dark mode, so you can switch to dark mode, or if you prefer to light mode also can. Okay, so let's go to some introduction about what we are going to learn today. Okay, so this one actually is from my previous slide. I forgot to update some items here. Okay, but the agenda actually is number 1 and number 2 is just a refresher, just to let everyone understand before we do coding. So we have to know what is computer, what is software, and then why do we need to learn coding? So because of problem, and then we want to produce solution. So all of these are very this one is a very basic and generic information lah, but you must be strong in this. Then after that you can either code Java or any kind of programming languages easily. Okay, so sorry, kerja tak habis lagi. Okay, so actually within this session, actually there are some basics about Java, and then what are the things that triggered some of the I can say is fathers of Java, why they create Java programming languages. Okay, and then after that we will learn about what are the codes syntax structure, and then data types, and some of the basic operation. Okay, so moving to the next item, what is computer? Okay, so anyone can be volunteer. Okay, I think for the new student, can share with me what is a computer. Anyone can explain what is a computer? If you don't know computer, then you have to stop from coding.
It is a machine runs by 1010 that do specific function.
Okay, so okay, thank you Usa. Okay, sorry aduh macam mana nak tengok ni. Okay, anyone else? Answer is very simple sahaja, not so hard. Okay, anyone else can give another answer? Simple answer ke, long answer ke, textbook answer ke? Okay, human friendly answer. Ili nak try. Ili. Okay. Nothing Okay, computer is coming from the root word compute. Okay, just to solve calculation. So most of the things that we do in programming is about solving calculations. Okay, that is I can say that is the primary focus on creating a computer. Okay, so computer consists of hardware and software. Okay, everyone aware about this, right? What are this hardware? Anyone never I can say that anyone didn't aware that all of this computer hardware? Everyone know, right? These are the computer hardware, right? Okay, next it will be the software. So these are the things that we are going to learn today, and then for your previous learning sessions, and then your projects, and then your tutorials. So you are focusing on the computer software. Okay, but the problem is, what do we need in order for software and hardware to work? What are the things that we need? The next item, very important. Anyone? Okay lah, if like this I think okay lah. For those who give most of the feedback, then I will give you 50 ringgit voucher. Okay, I give you my word. I will give you 50 ringgit voucher if you are the uh, the you if you throw a lot of answers and also question to me. Okay. Sorry, I cannot hear. What?
Codes.
Pardon?
The codes. Coding.
Okay. Coding is part of the computer software. Okay. We know about computer hardware and software. So what is the third thing that plays a very crucial part in computer system, which is hardware, software, and
Electric.
pardon?
Electric.
Okay, correct. Electric. Okay, so electric actually plays the most crucial part in computer system because it will empower the hardware and then it will also make the software function. Okay, three things. Okay, so all of this computer study. So I believe most of you are focusing on the programming, okay, and then also about systems. So there are a lot of the other areas that you can explore in future. So basically now everything is about programming, okay. So okay, so who can differentiate between these three area in computer study? Mesti ada belajar punya. You must know all of this inside your during your study lah. Anyone? I try to finish this within by 9 o'clock.
So I want to try. One. So computer science is the study of the computer, for example, like algorithm. Computer engineering is more to hardware. And then the information technology is the basic information of technology. It can be data or anything else. Okay.
Okay, good. So your explanation of your answer, computer science and engineering, both are correct, but IT a bit there, a bit. I can say it's not accurate lah. It is there but not accurate. Okay, so computer science related to software, you can learn about algorithms or whatever that you want to do with the computer. Okay, computer engineering is how you want to you make the computer do as and also support the software. Computer engineering is toward hardware lah. Computer science, software. IT, okay, anyone can answer about IT? Okay, no one. Okay. Okay. So IT actually, it is about how you want to administer computer science and computer engineering. Okay, so you are right now at the programming, which is you will focus on the computer science, and then for those who are doing engineering, so they are focusing on the computer engineering. Okay, dealing with the hardware, everything. But the problem is these two areas actually is focusing to make this thing happen. But the problem is after this thing, after computer science or computer engineering that you want to create, after it's already created, who is going to maintain, who is going to administer, who is going to manage? Okay, so this area of knowledge fall under IT. Okay, so it is a very specific, but it is towards administration. Okay. Okay, next is, what is a problem? Okay, so I need your response because before you start any kind of programming, you have to understand all of this foundation, because you cannot do programming without problem. So what is problem?
Something that needs to be solved.
Okay, what need to be solved?
The idea, the situation.
Okay, anyone else? Okay. Okay, thank you. So that answer, it is correct. One of the answer is situation. So situation, it can be that difficult situation or showstopper situation. If you are at the comfort level, you will not see any problem, and then you don't have to do any kind of programming or problem solving. So you must be, or someone else must be in a difficult situation or blocking situation, which is totally cannot do anything, or maybe they can do but it is difficult for them to do something. Okay, so when these two area comes into your view, then from there you will start suggesting solution. Okay, so when you want to start suggest a solution, so you have to know which area that you need to involve in the problem solving. Okay, so analytical, lateral, and team. Okay, analytical, everything is about logical and methodological approach. Anything that makes sense, anything that is proven, everything is under analytical. Okay, we can say as in scope. Okay, lateral, it is totally out of box. Okay, so analytical, usually if you go through about requirement gathering, you will hear a lot about functional and non-functional requirements. Okay, so most of the time it is related to functional requirement, which is the business problem. So that will be under analytical. But lateral is different. Lateral is something that might happen, but not being collected during the requirement gathering. Okay, so usually this is where the IT knowledge is important. Okay, you have to understand. Okay, first computer you know about computer science. Okay, you do the programming, everything. Oh, everything works, I already code like this, and then it's supposed to work. And then how about the hardware? Oh, we already buy a very expensive hardware. We buy this, we buy that, we make use of this hardware, this piece of network equipment, appliance. Yes, you already settle all of that. It's still under analytical because it is required during it is stated in the requirement gathering stage. Okay, in order for me to deliver a web server, okay, I need to code into this certain programming language, and then I need to deploy to somewhere, and then I must have this kind of network bandwidth, something that is analytical. Lateral is different. This is where IT come from. This is where IT will get involved when it comes to what happened if you say that the code is already working, but sometimes it does not. Okay, can someone share what are the situations that fall under this lateral thinking, out of the box, or non-functional requirement?
Think something about cache. Maybe they have to clear out the cache first before running the code, something like that.
Yes, it is one of it. So do you think that clear cache is part of the requirement gathering with the customer?
No.
Yes. Okay, correct. These are the things that it is not part of the requirements that you discuss with the customer, but you need to ensure that whatever that you want to deliver, it must be working. Because from customer perspective, Sorry. Okay, from customer perspective, they will not know about all of these technical things. Okay, so usually lateral is about related to technical. Okay, so sometimes, okay, from the analytical, there must be, okay, in order for us to achieve solution A, you must do step 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, but sometimes from lateral thinking, actually maybe you don't need step 2 and 4, just step 1 and 3. Okay, why? So there will be discussion about this, so it cannot be the discussion just between which business analyst, which gather the requirement with the customer, and also the developer or system analyst or the architect. No, it cannot be between these two parties only. The IT parties, which is the administrator, or the, we call as a SME, subject matter expert in the IT operation, they need to dive into advice on this kind of lateral or maybe out of box, okay, non-functional requirement. Okay, so there are a lot of things. So this so from my experience, I started with analytical. That is what you are doing right now, analytical, which is you do the programming, you do the algorithm, you apply this, and then make sure the result is what the user wants. But right now, when we grow from analytical to lateral, there are a lot of exposure, there are a lot of involvement. Okay, so you cannot get lateral thinking without analytical. You must have analytical first, then you can go to lateral. Unless if you are born with a very genius, very high IQ, then maybe you can jump to lateral. But most of the time, it is impossible for you to get lateral thinking without analytical. Okay, so that is how your career will grow after this. So the next part is about team. Okay, so team, there must be a leader or manager. Okay, this is the key component in problem solving. Why team is a key component of problem solving?
Because everyone should think.
Okay, sorry, repeat.
Because everyone didn't think the same thing. Everyone different.
Okay, because who is going to decide when you have a team of developer, maybe five developers in your team, and then they have different opinions, they have different approach? Who will decide on this? Okay, because this is more towards decision. Oh, dia nak masuk M. Oh, dia voucher dah habis ah. Okay, so this is the where it is not really that you need to be good in technical, okay, or all of these analytical or lateral thinking, okay, but you need to be good in project management. And another one, what kind of management in this two thing, in team, there will be two area of management.
Communication.
Pardon?
Communication.
Communication management, part of it, but there are two very important skill set within this team perspective or team skill: project management and
people management.
yes, people management. You must be good in managing your team, you must be good in managing others. managing the customer, managing the stakeholder, okay? So managing a sponsor. So you must be good in people management and project management. Then there will be communication, negotiation. There are a lot of sub skill set. Okay, but this one you need. It is not necessary that you must go to analytical or lateral, but you must be exposed to a lot of projects in order to get use of all of these I can say is situations, okay, discussions, and then someone, for example, like if some of the developer maybe moral down or feel very happy. Sometimes if the developer feel very happy also, I can say it is not good. It is not a good sign if the programmer feel very happy with the project. Okay, so that is the skill set that you need to plan in future. What are the things that you want to cover? Because why I want to expose to you all of this, because this will be your career roadmap in future. You have to plan from now, but you can set a goal that, okay, I want to be the lateral thinking. Maybe I want to be the distinguished engineer, principal engineer, or you want to be solution architect, whatever. Yes, you can plan, but please take the right path and then progress, and then do not give up. Okay, good things will never happen within a day or few hours. No, it will take years. Okay, so brace yourself about the IT world, and then even though all of these IT technologies or whatever, they are evolving quite fast, but brace yourself, and then I can say is you have to be strong, okay, in order to keep you in the right path to achieve what you have set maybe from now on. Okay. Okay, so it's already 9 o'clock. Okay, so these are nothing. Okay. Okay, so all of this solution model I'm not going to go through. So actually there are ideal and smart solution model. Okay, so we will take we will take a break about 3 to 5 minutes, and then after that we will continue about this. Okay, so anyone not clear about the previous introduction about your exposure to the computer world? Okay, maybe you are not clear about your future career. You are not clear, okay, if I go to this path, what I can be, and then how to go to that path. Anyone not clear? Okay, right, that one is a pretty basic exposure, but you have to go through in order for you to step on the next stage. Okay, we take a break 5 minutes, and then we will continue with our introduction to Java. Okay, thank you.
Ada break ya?
Ada, aku bagi break kan.
Oh,
Minum
okay,
dulu.
okay.
Ada minum. Pakai cawan 24 hours sejuk.
24 hours sejuk.
Sambil-sambil ni siapa yang tak berehat tanya lah. Ramai yang ada kat dalam ni.
Bila
Oh, Syamsi dah masuk. Icon tu tukar Syamsi.
Dia nak tanya lah tapi nak bagi tahu pernah join kelas Azman masa 2018 kot dekat Magic.
Oh.
There's
sorry
apa? Ayam goreng.
Dulu pakai nama ayam goreng, tapi dah tidak dibenarkan atas sebab corporate.
Oh, dia tak boleh ada nickname.
kan apa jadi isu bila apa sea level lah, sea level nak address kita time ada talk ke apa semua. So tak, nama tak komersial lah. Nama untuk F&B tapi bukan untuk teknologi. Okay. Udin dah keluar dah. Aku cakap tak ada voucher tu terus dia keluar. Okay, cukup 3 minit. Boleh continue? Santai-santai je. Tak susah pun Java ni. Sebab kalau tak ada exposure pasal basic in programming, susah sikit lah nak faham. Tapi kalau actually to be honest lah, kalau boleh code Java, InsyaAllah lah code programming language lain lagi mudah.
Betul, setuju.
Sini aku mute lah. Okay, kita continue. Okay, so Java Okay, so Java okay, tak apa, nanti kita go through dia punya history sikit je lah. Okay, dalam maybe dalam 5-10 minit macam tu dah. Okay, so kalau perasan yang dekat bawah hujung kanan ni, ini adalah mascot. Mascot Java, nama dia Duke. Okay, so kenapa rupa dia pelik macam tu, jangan tanya. Okay, nak kata dia penguin pun bukan penguin, tak sure. Okay. Okay, so Java sebelum ni kita memang dah implement dalam banyak area. Okay, so commonly kalau Java Enterprise, Java EE dia banyak enterprise web application. Lepas tu desktop pun ada banyak. Kalau perasan siapa yang pernah code apa applet swing apa semua, okay, banyak pakai. And then mobile as usual is apa yang pakai sekarang, which is Android lah kan. Tapi kalau perasan lah, siapa-siapa yang pernah lalui zaman sebelum Android, 80% atau 90% app yang yang ada dalam phone, especially game, gunakan Java. Okay, ni apa cerita zaman dulu lah, zaman Sony Ericsson, okay, Nokia Engage. Kebanyakan game dia menggunakan Java. Nama Java platform dia adalah Java ME Mobile Edition. Okay, so yang tu saya pernah saya sempat buat Java ME punya application waktu saya punya FYP tahun 2010. Okay, selepas tu kita ada development tools, which mean gunakan Java, programming guna Java untuk create development tools untuk programming benda lain. Okay, contohnya MATLAB. Dia siapa-siapa pernah pakai MATLAB? Okay, so MATLAB tu dibuat menggunakan programming Java, tapi dia jadikan programming lain, which is MATLAB. Tapi library dalam apa semua sebenarnya Java. So dia ada translation lah. Sama juga dengan programming language lain, macam Groovy, Kotlin, Scala. Kita ada Clojure. Lepas tu actually Ruby dengan Python pun ada juga. Okay, yang dibuat berdasarkan Java. Okay, and then selepas tu kita ada batch processing. Okay, batch processing sebelum ni memang kebanyakan tools dia memang banyak membantu, especially dalam batch processing. Dalam Java EE sendiri dia ada batch API. Okay, which mean daripada situ kita boleh bagi tahu, okay, first buat task yang pertama. Kalau task pertama complete, buat task kedua. Kalau task kedua fail, okay, buat task yang ke-10. Something macam tu. Dia ada workflow automation. Okay, and then ada smart card. Okay, Java boleh buat programming, masuk code programming tu dalam smart card. Okay, dan dia ada satu smart card reader yang akan load Java programming. Ni dulu lah kita apa memang biasa buat benda-benda ni, memang kalau dalam banking memang selalu lah. Okay, and then after that kita this one biasalah untuk science dan juga embedded devices. Okay, embedded devices ni bukannya nak kata microcontroller tu ada program Java language, tak. Okay, embedded ni dia nak kata dia adalah Java untuk embedded embedded devices ni. Dia ada certain device, okay, yang kita boleh program Java dan kita boleh run kebiasaannya run applet kat dalam tu. Okay, and then after that kita ada database, kebanyakan big data menggunakan Java, dan juga networking. Okay, untuk software defined network. Lepas tu untuk packet switching apa semua ada gunakan programming Java. Okay, so ini sebenarnya Java ada banyak guna, tapi sekarang ni kebanyakannya fokus kepada web dan juga microservices, API macam tu je lah. Okay, tapi ada banyak. Okay, so ini adalah dia punya history sedikit. Okay, pasal nak kata ancestor pun boleh lah. Okay, so asalnya nama okay, so actually James Gosling ni dia ada dalam dia jadi distinguished engineer di AWS. Okay, Patrick dengan Mike saya tak ingat. Okay, so Java actually macam saya cakap ada Java Standard Edition, Enterprise Edition dan juga Micro Edition ataupun Mobile Edition, dan juga Java Smart Card. Okay, so Java sebenarnya dah lama lah, daripada tahun 94. Dia keep evolving, cuma sekarang ni dia dah makin rapid lah. Nanti saya akan bagi a few update pasal Java release selepas Java 10. Okay, so kebanyakan company memang banyak menggunakan Java, iaitu large corporation. Okay, financial institution memang kebanyakannya pakai Java. Okay, lepas tu nak kata software vendor pun kebanyakannya pakai Java, sebab software vendor yang link dengan financial institution memang pakai Java. Okay, kalau last time dengan Sapura dengan Shell pun banyak juga pakai Java. Okay, so mid size lebih kurang, tapi untuk small company jarang pakai Java. Okay, tapi untuk kelas-kelas akan datang nanti kita bagi tahu kenapa large corporation ni banyak pakai Java. Tapi bukan waktu kelas sekarang lah. Okay, so goal untuk target Java ni sebenarnya dia bukannya nak kata dia adalah programming language paling bagus ke apa, tak. Okay, so ini adalah key nak katakan dia punya key goals waktu dia introduce tahun 94 dulu. Okay, so waktu tu dia hanya buat comparison dengan C++. Okay, so ini adalah dia punya key area dia, which is simple. Maksudnya sebenarnya Java ni tak perlu training pun, tapi kalau ada proper, sebab dulu-dulu pun Java buku last time it was apa later I will share about the Java books lah. Okay, so previously Java books are very extensive, and also a lot of I can say it's not really about tutorial, but it is about the language itself. So the language and then the example explanation, it was very proper constructed in that books. Okay, the famous writer is Katie Sierra. Okay, so simple, very easy actually. Okay, next thing is object oriented. Okay, why object oriented? Because object can be transferred. Okay, so if you code using your native data type, integer lah, integer, character, so these are the values that will be stored in the memory itself. Okay, but when everything will compose into object, it can be shared through the whole application and also across distributed application. Okay, and then it is familiar. Last time, yes, it is quite familiar to C++. Okay, Robust, you will know about how robust Java it is in coming few classes. Okay, and then it is secure. Okay, secure, what is meant by secure? When you run the code, it is very high unlikely that you can go into the for example, like go into the memory reserved for Java and then you try to hijack. No, it is very hard. Okay, so but as usual, you cannot expect the perfection of Java because everything is made by humans, so there must be a flaw. But how to mitigate or how to manage this kind of flaw, I will explain in future also. Okay, that's why there are paid and open source. There are paid and free Java. Okay, so architecture natural, which means yes, you can run in most of the CPU architecture. Okay, and also portable, which is after you code, you compile, and then you can transfer anywhere that have Java runtime environment, and then you can execute. You don't have to recompile. Okay, so across architecture, across OS also. Okay, high performance. Yes, I think right now we are not going to target about performance. So in future there will be a few classes about how you want to tune, okay, your code so that it can perform ultimately. Okay, so this part actually, if you say Java is a compiled language, yes. Java is interpreted language, yes. Both are correct. Why? Because Java only compile the code into intermediate bytecode. Okay, intermediate, the dot class actually it is a bytecode, and then actually Java runtime environment or the Java virtual machine, it will interpret the bytecode into machine code. Okay, so why we have this kind of stages? Because it will be easy to decompile or to debug. Okay, because you are at the interpreted bytecode, which is it can be reversed, go back to nearly similar to how you code earlier. Okay, but if already compiled, which is compiled to machine code or native code, it is very hard to get it back because there are a lot of processing during the compilation. There are a lot of tuning, and then there are a lot of dynamic linking. So all of this actually, it will be very hard to get the original code again. Okay, but maybe some of you will say, "Oh, this is not secure," but don't worry. Maybe after a few classes, then I will show how to protect all of this. Okay, it is secure. So threaded, okay, multi-threading. This one is a very common. I think in the early Node.js and also PHP they have some problem with threading, but right now I think most of the programming language are okay with the threading, except for Ruby. Ruby still got some problem. Okay, and dynamic. Okay, so dynamic actually. There is instead of you compile into Java class or bytecode, so actually during compilation actually it can perform checking. Okay, so that instead of you compile into the bytecode, maybe there are some native library required. Okay, so Java is not only about Java code only. It can also call the other programming language also. Okay, the primary support is on C++, and then it can also call Python. Okay, it can also call some the other Java derivative languages. Okay, so that is about Java feature. So you need to know about Java virtual machine. This is the place that inside your operating system that will control all the activity from your code. Okay, from starting and then assigning value and then call the API, use the network port. Everything happen within the Java virtual machine. Okay, so that's why everything is protected under the same process, and then you can also restrict how many CPU that you want to allow to run this Java virtual machine, how much memory that you want to assign. Okay, it is a very well managed environment to run your Java code. Okay, so within JVM actually there are several components. So there are class loader, which is when you execute, how Java virtual machine find your code and then execute. Okay, so there are class loader. Okay, just in time compiler. So this is what I said as translate by Java bytecode that you compile earlier into machine language. And then heap. Okay, this is the reserve memory that you allocate, that you ask the JVM to allocate. So this is towards the variable that you use. Okay, short lived, long lived variables. So everything will be stored in the heap. Okay, so as you know, within your code you will have your variable name. There are a lot of references, method name, class name. So all of these references actually stored in different memory part. Okay, there is a non-heap area, but heap area only for variable, only for values from the variable. Okay, and then so other than Oracle, okay, because Java is open, so it can be released or it can be distributed by the other vendor also. Okay, for JVM actually, it is part of the Oracle JDK and also Open JDK. Okay, so Open J9 actually it is by Eclipse. Actually it was from IBM and then hand over to Eclipse. And then ICE it was a very long time ago. ICE is a Open JDK Java virtual machine. Okay, there are a lot of implementation. So this is the openness of Java. Okay, everyone can take part, everyone can implement. Okay, so there are others JVM also. We do have Azul Zing. So that JVM actually created and also integrated with LLVM Silang. Okay, so there are a lot of languages that can run on Java virtual machine. Okay, so how the other languages want to run on Java virtual machine? There must be a translator or another interpreter. Okay, from all of these languages, translate into Java bytecode, and then after that JVM will run. Okay, so everyone already do the installation, right?
Yes.
Okay, installation is very easy. For the JDK, just installs using the installer, or if you have a SDK man also can. Okay, but I will focus on the installer. Okay, so if you run, actually you will get this kind of output, but actually let me check. Okay, so everyone can see this, right? Okay, so if you after you install, when you type Java -version, so you will get all of this information lah. Okay, so if you type Java C version, okay, so Java is the JVM executable. Okay, how you want to run Java code actually is using Java, which is it will start the JVM and class loader will load your code. Okay, Java C is the compiler. Okay, Java compiler, and then hyphen version, and then it will show the same version. If Java C hyphen version, it will show unknown command or something, which means you are not installing JDK properly. You only install JRE. Okay, so please be careful. So in my classes, actually we only use this Liberica JDK. Okay, so we are not going to use Oracle Open JDK. Okay, anyone who cannot get this kind of output from your computer? Okay, I think everyone okay. Okay, so if okay, so this is how what happened if Java C is not recognized as internal or external command, so you have to put the JDK and then /bin into your path environment variable. Okay, okay, so this is the part that other programmers also hate about Java lah, because all of this what synthetic sugars or something like that lah. Okay, because of all of these characters or symbol, and then it cause maybe frustration to them. I'm not sure why. Okay, okay, so what we will use for semicolon, what we will use for this curly braces, or we call as braces, and then what we will use with the rounded brackets. Okay, curly brackets actually is a braces. This rounded bracket is parenthesis. Okay, so semicolon, braces, parenthesis. Okay, so statement, every Java code. Okay, statement actually, if you know, statement is a line of code that you want to do something, assign variable, call function or whatever, so it must end with semicolon. Okay, a Java class must be enclosed with curly braces. Okay, so branching or conditional repetition must enclose with curly braces also. Okay, method must be method declaration or method call must followed by the parenthesis. Okay, round braces. Okay, so let's go to the IDE and then we will type this hello world. Okay, very easy. Okay, go to Eclipse. Okay, sorry. Oh, too big. Sorry. What happened? Okay. So here, create Java project. Okay. Okay, project name is hello. Sorry, cannot use this magnifier. Okay, create Java project. Project name is hello world. Okay, please make sure that the execution environment is Java SE 11. Okay, so if already pre-installed, you install properly Liberica JDK. So under this use as project specific JRE, actually it will state that you already installed Liberica JDK 11 full. Okay, if standard also okay. Okay, so you just click finish. Okay, module name you don't create. Okay, anyone can follow this? Okay, so you will see this area, hello world, JRE system library, and SRC folder. Okay, everyone okay?
Yes, okay.
Okay, so next, right click on the SRC, new class. Okay, name is hello world. Okay, so based on this, actually you need to write all of this public static void main system print line hello world. Okay, we will start with this first. Okay, new Java class, package blank. Okay, name hello world, and then finish. Okay, so from here you will type public static void main string args. Okay, so this is class, so it must be enclosed within the braces, and then this is method. Okay, so method, after method name there must be parentheses. With or without variable must have parentheses. Okay, in this case actually, because this is the main method that we want to tell JVM to execute, we have to put string args. Okay, and then open another braces. Okay, and then you type system dot out dot println hello world. Okay, everyone okay? Can write all of this?
Yep.
Okay, so you will save, and then how you want to execute, you can either press from your keyboard is control F11. Okay, control F11, it will execute, and then it will show in the console. This is the console. Okay, or you can right click in this hello Java editor, run as Java application. Okay, so okay, we run sorry, I clear, right click, run as Java application, hello world. Okay, so if what happen if you don't have public static void main? Okay, you remove it, you try to press control F11. Okay, so there will be error, main method not found. Okay, so it will tell you, okay, please define the main method as this. Okay, so which means Java virtual machine always look for this method inside your class in order to execute your Java code. Okay, okay, so it is like this. So by using okay, so everyone okay? Because I want to show some shortcut. Okay, last time someone complained, oh, type is very long now. Okay, I will show some shortcut. Okay, system.out.println. How do you want shortcut? Okay, sysout. Okay, you can type sysout, and then after that control space, it will type for you. Okay, again, sysout. Okay, you press control space, and then it will type for you.
Macam lagi laju je type start of print line.
Tak, kalau dah biasa macam apa ni lah. Okay. Okay.
Dia tak ada auto complete
Ada? Itu complete dah.
Juga.
So okay, as Iqbal asked, right? So autocomplete ataupun IntelliSense Okay, so when you so if it is blank, you can just control enter, control space. Okay, so actually what happened if you didn't type anything, so it will list what are the available variable or method or class within this that you can use within this class, within this method. Okay, if you already type something, control space, then it will list down all the available class within the Java library. Okay, right now everything is related to Java library, Java SE 11. Okay, if you add on more library after this, then you can see more things lah. Okay, so this is the autocomplete or IntelliSense. Okay, system. Okay, so is it okay? System that it is there. So that okay out. Okay, so there are explanation at the right side. It is very useful. Okay, this is how I learned better Java after I graduate in 2011. Because before during my study I used NetBeans. Sometimes it is not helping lah. Okay, system.out.print line. Okay, what the difference between print? So all of this method actually it will describe what are the things. Okay, so what we use right now is a print line, hello world. Okay, must end with semicolon. If not, there will be red underline. Okay, so we if you notice, there are a lot of print line, right? Okay, so what are the different actually? Right now we are using string. Hello world is a string. So go to print line string and then it will describe you. Okay, so if nothing, and then it will tell you that okay, this will it will terminate by character n, new line, or system property line separator. Line separator actually it depends on your OS. If Windows actually it will be /r/n. If Mac and also Linux it will be /n. Okay. Okay. So next shortcut, if you don't want to type all of this public static void main whatever, right? So okay, first we remove. You type main, control space, enter. Okay, you will get your main method. Okay, so sys out. Okay, so let me type. Okay, main control space. Okay, see this one is sys out control space. So most of the shortcut we will always refer to control space, which is the autocomplete or IntelliSense. Okay, everyone okay with this step? Hello world.
Yes.
Okay, good. So okay, so how to execute? This is how we want to execute through terminal, but I think nowadays it is not really relevant because we want to familiar with the IDE. But if you want to go to this way, so you can. Okay, I will show at a glance lah how to do this terminal way. Okay. Okay, so go to here. Okay, so this is I am at this directory. I will try Java. Yes, so public class hello, sorry well Sorry if the keyboard sound very loud because it is making. This is the red switch. Quite silent, but it is not silent enough. Okay. Save. Exit. Okay, I can see hello world here. So Java C hello world Java. Okay, so if there is no output like this, which means my Java Java file here hello world.java has been successfully compiled into okay, so there is a new file which is hello world.class. Let me delete. Okay, so earlier only one file hello world.java, so Java C compile, and then okay, check again, so there will be hello world. Okay, so then you can just call Java hello world. Okay, you don't have to put hello world.class, because it will actually within the same folder it will try to find a class that contains main method, which is public static void main. Okay, so it will show that okay, this is the main class. Actually it will execute. Okay, JVM will execute main class. So this is how we want to do using the terminal way lah. If you don't have IDE, and then if you are at the server which does not have any desktop environment, so this is the way lah. Okay. Okay, so on this construction I will okay, so construction actually we can go back to IDE. Okay, so usually there will be archive or main folder. Okay, so main folder actually is not really, I can say it is archive, which means it is the jar which is you will you after you compile and then you can package. But actually main folder is referring to this one. Okay, so this is my main folder. Okay, within the main folder actually, so in Eclipse actually my main folder is src here. Okay, so next package or subfolder. Okay, so package is optional. Actually you can dump everything into direct to the main folder, but actually you can put into subfolders. All of these subfolders called package. Okay, so then it will be the source file, which is the Java file. Okay, so in this case actually hello world is the source file. Okay, hello world.java. So what do we have in the Java file? So there will be a public class. Okay, public class, it can only happen once. Okay, only one public class can exist in one Java file. Okay, so non-public class, it can be multiple. Okay, so if non-public class exists but no public class, actually it is okay. So if you refer to my description down here, so public class actually it is none or once. So it can be the Java file can have the one public class or no public class. Okay, so within a class actually it can be variable and method, and then there will be, if you notice, there are two variable here. One is variable in the class, another variable in the method. Okay, so this class actually variable and method this orange and brown, we call it as a member variable, member method. Okay, but this member keyword is not being used so much lah. Okay, but you need to ensure that you can differentiate between member variable and local variable. Local variable, which mean you can only use within the method or blocks. Okay, member variable usually referring to class. Okay, so class member. Okay, so that is the definition of construction. So you have to know all of this, because otherwise you, because maybe my approach is a bit different, because I want you to understand what you are going to do, because I want to my students or whoever join my session, actually they know what they are typing, what they are doing, what they are coding, and then how it works. Because sometimes there might be students just follow the tutorial, copy paste, and then, oh, I just ensure that it is working, I follow and then it works, and then that's it, the rest not none of my business. Okay, let me tell you, that attitude will not bring you further. It will make you stuck at the same place, because you cannot communicate with the other people, and then you cannot guide them. You cannot tell the people, okay, I code this, and then why I code this, and then what happen if I don't code like this. Okay, so that will be in the code review session that you always go through with Iqbal. Okay, so these are the values actually that I want to add on to the Java programmers, so that they will not feel stuck, and then they will suddenly say Java is very hard, and then they want to switch to the other language, and then they feel disappointed with Java programming. No, because they don't have programming mindset. Okay, okay, so that is hello world. So from here, actually I also give some, okay, so this is what like how I explain. Okay, so another thing is this one, maybe it is quite hard to see. Okay, okay, next we go to variable. Okay, I think we have okay, what time that you are okay to end this session? 10 o'clock, 10:30? 10:30, okay? If you want to extend until tomorrow morning, also okay, because I'm working right now. Ten 10:30, okay, 10:30. I cannot.
Okay.
Okay, okay, okay. So next we go to variable. Okay. Maybe before we go further, I want to ask you, how many of you know what you code, what happen when you code, what happen if you don't code like what you already done? Anyone realize that you, oh, I don't know lah, I just follow? Okay, how many of you always assume and always go to this kind of approach, which means I just follow tutorial, if it works then it works lah, and then nothing else matter lah. Anyone just don't care about how the code works, or maybe they are guided just to do the code and make sure it works, nothing else? Anyone feel that they are stuck because of this?
Yes.
Okay, so please do not keep your mindset, or maybe you just simply follow whatever tutorial or whatever codes already available in the internet. You have to learn. because from there actually it will drive your passion to know more about programming. And then yes, as I said earlier, you will always focus at the analytical part, but when time goes by with this kind of attitude, you will maybe I can say maybe you didn't realize that you already have the lateral skill set, lateral thinking skill set. Okay, so please stay with me. Whatever that you are not sure, you just tell me. Okay, so back to variable. This is how we want to define a variable. Okay, there are scope, modifier, data type, name, and then equal sign, value, or literal. Okay, you must understand it, because I'm not sure how many of you know the difference between value or literal. Anyone can answer the difference between a value and a literal? Okay, no one. Then it's okay. Okay, we will go through together later. Okay, so how we want to define a variable is something like this. Okay, where is my pen? Oh, I cannot use pen here. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Monitor, primary monitor. Sorry, Okay, so scope, modifier, data type, name, value, or literal. Okay, so we focus on the value or literal first. So this is the value or literal. Okay, so this is the equal sign, and then this is the name of your variable, and then this is the data type. Okay, so this one is a data type. Okay, so scope, modifier, data type, name, value, or literal. So just now actually this one is just data type, variable name, equal sign, hello world. So who can describe in words what is this statement doing? Try to be like a teacher a bit lah. Then you will understand. The more you try to explain, the more you will get further understanding. Okay, string message equals to hello world. What this statement do?
The string
Sorry, tak clear.
String overlap.
Again, tak clear.
String overlap. With flat overlap. Tak nampak yang
Suara pecah-pecah. Suara pecah-pecah. Okay. For the meantime, anyone else want to? Okay.
Tak nampak screen ni.
Tak nampak. Alamak. Sorry. Sorry. Mana pula screen? Cik Ma, nampak screen. Okay. Sorry. Nampak tak? Okay. So, dekat sini string adalah data type. Message actually variable name, okay? Equal sign and then double quote hello world double quote. Okay? So ini adalah value or literal and then semicolon. So what does this statement do? Anyone can explain?
It gives the message a value. Variable a value. It set variable.
Okay, thank you. And what else? Anyone else want to try? Anyone else? Tak ada. Okay. So actually, when we define this kind of code, so you have to know this is an assignment statement. Okay? You want to assign a variable to a value, or you want to assign a value to a variable. So either way it works lah. It is understandable. Okay, so message is a variable name, and then hello world is a value. Okay, so this value actually it will be stored in the memory. But how about the variable message name? It will hold reference to hello to a value in the memory, which is hello world. Okay, so it is not like you want to say that okay, hello world variable message is just like a box, and then you put hello world inside message box, or maybe okay because that's why this statement is called assignment statement. Okay, so this equal sign actually, okay, you want to assign, okay, but the problem is this is the value, only the value will be stored in the memory, okay, heap side, okay, and then message actually is a reference to the value. That's why it is called a variable name. It is a reference. Okay, how you want to print hello? Okay, hello world is already assigned to a message. How you want to print the hello world? You call message, which is message actually is a reference to hello world. So that's why when print line, you give the variable name message, actually it is referring to hello world inside the memory. Okay, so that is the very basic definition of how variable works. Variable and value. how it works. Okay, do not say about pointer or whatever. No, we try to keep it simple and understandable. Okay, but you have to know what this piece of code do. Okay, so next, private static string message hello world. Okay, so okay, I think we go to Eclipse and then we try to type this string message equal to hello world, and then system.out.println message. Okay, so string message equals to hello world. Okay, system message. Okay, when we run hello world. Okay, so message actually, you cannot say that okay, message equals to hello world. Yes, but actually in computer science understanding, message actually is referring to a string value hello world. Okay, is a reference. Okay, so system.out.println message. Okay, so next. Okay, so this is the okay. What okay, so this statement. So message is a variable, right? So what type of variable that message? Okay, what type of variable referring to this message? Member variable or local variable?
Local variable.
Okay, anyone okay? Local variable. Why local variable?
No.
Someone, if anyone would want to answer, just answer. Why local variable?
Hope.
Cakap apa din? Anyone to try? Why it is a local variable?
Because it is local to the main method.
Okay. Anyone else? Simpler answer.
Cannot be accessed by other function.
Okay. Okay. So thank you. So yes, the answer is correct because it is inside the method or function. Anything inside function or any kind of blocks not in at the class level, it is a local variable. Okay, let us go to the second example. You type this outside the main method, then you call the print line inside the main method. Okay, so from here actually there are additional keyword. Private static string message hello world, it is the same as the on top here. Okay, so we change string hello world outside here. So if we just change like this, what happened? If you can see, there is an error message. Okay, so when you mouse over to the variable, actually it will tell you what happened, what is this error. Okay, and then actually there is a red box at the side here at the line number. Okay, if you cannot see the line number, you right click at the right side here, and then you can select show line number. Okay, cannot make a static reference to the non-static field message. Okay, non-static field referring to variable. Okay, field usually referring to variable. Okay, so how to fix this? We need to introduce static. Then it is okay. Okay, so because public static void main, we cannot change this. Okay, we cannot change this. So that's why whatever that we want to call within public static void main, and then the variable actually defined outside public static void main. So that statement, assignment statement must include static keyword. Okay, so in future for after few sessions, I will explain about all of this keyword. Okay, so we will not go deep into this. Okay, so private static, then we will have private static. Okay, so based on this variable definition here, up here, scope modifier data type name equals to value or literal. Okay, scope modifier. Okay, so string, this is data type, message is the variable name, equal sign, and the value. Okay, private static, so private is the scope. So in future we will learn about all of this scope, or we call in OOP encapsulation. Okay, okay, next we will learn about basic data type, primitive data type. Okay, primitive, which the data will be managed natively by the machine level. Okay, so actually there are all of these values. Actually, when it represent in the memory, everything will be converted into digits, numbers. Okay, so that's why it called primitive, because it can be managed in the memory faster. Okay, but because of it will be directly to the memory, there will be limitation. Okay, so basic data type for numeric in Java, it will be always signed integer. Okay, so this kind of primitive integers, right, byte, short, integer, long, float, double, all of these are actually signed integers or signed floating numbers. Okay, so as you can see here, the range, so from for integers, so these are the integers primitive data type. Okay, so byte actually represent for 8-bit, which is the number can only be we can only assign, or it can only refer to this value. Okay, negative 1 to 8 to 1 to 7. Okay, let's try. Okay, so byte b1 equals to negative 1 to 8, byte b2 equals to 1 to 7. Okay, so if you want to do print line also can. Okay, b1 and b2. Okay, everyone can see this? Okay, can follow? Okay, so byte only between negative 128 to 1 to 7. Okay, so what happened if I lower the number negative 1 to 9? So the IDE will tell you error, cannot convert from integer to byte. Why suddenly it detect integer? Okay, So later we will see later part, which is why it become integer instead of byte, or maybe here short, because negative 129 it should be under here. Then what happened? Okay, so we will learn about it later. Okay, so it must be negative 128. So if positive number 0, okay, 127, okay, but 128, it will throw error. Okay, the same error, cannot convert from integer to byte. Okay, so you must know when dealing with a primitive data type, actually it will give very fast result, especially in arithmetic. But the problem is, because of all of this constraint, okay, it will give you very fast and performance and also result, but you must ensure that you are dealing with all of these limitations. Okay, so byte, short, integer, long, so same goes to short. You type short equals to 32768. Okay, if 69, then it will throw error. Okay, same goes to next one, integer. Okay, so integer, int. Okay, it can be very big number. Okay, but there is a trick here. For example, okay, we go back to byte. 28 127. Okay, so there is a trick here. So how do you know the range, minimum and maximum number for each data type? Okay, so you can type here capital B YTE. Okay, so why capital B YTE? Because it is a class. Okay, class name usually we will start with capital letter. Okay, so this one we call it as a camel case. Okay, start with capital and then small, and then after that there is a capital letter. Okay, okay, so back to here. How do I know, how can I know the maximum or minimum number of each primitive data type? Okay, so the primitive data type here, byte, you change the small b to capital B, it will refer to byte class. Okay, and then dot min value. Okay, byte max value. Okay, so when you run, it will give you the same result. Okay, okay, I think, okay, we do have a few more minutes, so I will try to finish on this variable data type. Okay, so these are the so this is how we want to assign byte values into a variable. Okay, so short. Okay, short. Okay, so we change here short, SHORT, short. Okay, so short minimum value is this and maximum value this. No. Okay, same goes to integer and long. Okay, int. So but for integer class, it will be full integer, not int. Okay, so what will be the value? This is the value, integer. Same goes to long. Okay, here also long. this is the minimum and maximum value of long. Okay, maybe some of you will ask, why do I need to care all of this? When it comes to performance, we always need to control, okay, not to break down the entire system. Okay, so if you think that, oh, the other programming language, we just define this and then they will take care all of these values, so which mean that programming language actually perform something which will slow down a bit. Okay, how do you know that? Okay, for example, that programming language actually, when assign integer, and then how the computer will interpret whether it will go under byte, short, long, integer. So you will not know all of this. If you don't know, how do you want to optimize your coding? So this is the motivation on how you want to know more, dig more about programming. Okay. Okay, next, float and double. Okay, these are floating point. Okay, let me remind you, these are the floating point numbers, not decimal numbers. Okay, so please be careful on this. Okay, so float. Okay, float. Okay, so actually the number is very big for floating point. Okay, so actually it is referring to something like a decimal numbers, okay, with fractions here, but actually it is not as what we are expected. Okay, so I'm going to introduce this just for knowledge purpose, but in coming future, actually when we want to deal with number with decimal places, so we are not going to use float and double. Okay, I will show you later why we cannot make use of these two numbers. Okay, because as you know, the primary purpose of computer is for calculations and scientific. Okay, so these are the point at the computer scientist purpose. Okay. Okay, so these are the numbers. Double. How about double? What will be the maximum, minimum, and maximum? Okay, so it is too big, exponential. Okay, exponential number. Okay, so exponent number negative, which is you need to add 324 zeros in front of 4. Okay, move this decimal point here, move 324 times to the left, and then for positive, move this decimal point 308 times to the right. Okay, which means the number is very big. Okay, so next, character and boolean. Okay, so character, char. Okay, so character actually it is 16-bit Unicode character. Okay, so it must be enclosed with single quote A. Okay, so it can only hold one character. If you put AB, it will throw error. Okay, but if you want to represent with Unicode number, okay, let us browse. Okay, ASCII table. Okay, so if you can see this one, alamat. one, right? Aish. Okay. Okay, so these are the ASCII table. Actually, it represent digits that represent the character. Okay, so if we put here 65, U 65 0065. Okay, so Unicode usually must be 4 digit. Okay, character B1 B2. Okay, so character, this one is A, and then Unicode 0065 actually referring to E. So if you are in the Windows, actually you can open char map, character map. Okay, so from here, if you think that you want to try with this okay, maybe this where is it now? Okay, we try with this character. Okay, you want this. Okay, you can see here is U256B. Okay, U256B. Okay, you run, then you can get that weird character. Okay, so these are about character. Okay, one character only. Okay, Boolean. Okay, it is either true or false. This one is 1 bit flag, true or false. So usually in C++ it can be 0 or 1. Okay, true or false. Okay, so Boolean. Okay, so Boolean true, B2 equals to false. Okay, only these two acceptable value. So you can if in Python you will type as capital F, but in Java actually is a small f, small t. Okay, so no minimum and maximum value lah. Okay, only true false. Okay, so string actually is a character sequence, which means there is a string class that manage all of this sequence of character into a variable. Okay, so earlier we typed string message hello world. Okay, this is out. Okay, hello world. So string actually, which we will use double quote and then type all the string here. So this is this double quote and then whatever inside the double quote, it represent a string. Okay, but actually string is not a primitive data type. Okay, it is a character sequence. Okay, so if you want to know what is inside this specific Java class, right, you can always hold your control key on your keyboard, and then you can click the class name or data type. Okay, and then you can open implementation. Okay, so this is how it works. So it is character. So string actually it will assume character sequence. Okay, sequence of characters, which is everything will be stored in the array. And then how it will manipulate array, everything, how it will manipulate string length, change character something, everything will be managed within this string class. Okay, because at the end all the values are actually converted into primitive data type. Okay, okay, data type so far, any problem? Data type, I believe most of you already know, but I just added a few explanation because you need to know the limitation of all of this. Okay, so string default is null. What is mean by null? If you didn't for example like static string message like this, you didn't assign a value, so what will happen if you run the code? Null. Okay, so you can only define without a value if it is a member variable. Local variable you cannot. Okay, local variable it will always, okay, so if we throw error, the local variable message may not have been initialized, so that's why they need to assign with a value. Okay, so by default it is null. Okay, so this is how you want to know that, okay, is it correct, the default is null? Yes, you define a variable at the class level, which is a member variable, and then you call within a method, and then you will see the result. But how about primitive integer? Okay, run. Primitive does not have null. It must represent a value, as I stated here in this column. Okay, so this is the default value. Same goes to boolean. Default is false, and then character, char. Okay, so maybe you cannot see, but actually there is a character here. Okay, so this one is actually it represent a null in character. Okay, backslash u 0000. So if we go back here, this one, the first one here, okay, octal number 000, so the character is null. So actually there is a null character, but we cannot see with our own eyes. Okay, next, how about double? It will be 0.0. Float and double always give result with a decimal point, even though it is a round number. Okay, 10, right? I assign 10 to double, it will always give result 10.0 for floating point. Okay, these two. Okay, so these are the example that I showed earlier. Okay, how you want to define or how you want to initialize a variable, define a variable. Okay, so this will be the last part for tonight. I think I need another, I think right now almost 10:30, so 2 more minutes. I think I need about 5 minutes. Okay, I want to explain about literals. Okay, what is the difference between a value and literal? Okay, what we already typed here, 10, or maybe, okay, string, okay, so this is a value. Okay, we want when there is a variable assignment, we always refer to a value. So a value actually, it can be this value, which is the value that we define based on the data type, or like this. Okay, a reference to another variable. Instead of, okay, as I mentioned earlier, when we define string A equals to hello, hello is a value, and then A actually assigned to hello, actually A is referring to value hello. Okay, and then B, when I do B, string B equals to A, actually B refer to variable A, and then when we go back up here, oh, variable A refer to value hello. So this is value. Value, it can be a defined value, predefined value, which is you type here, or it can be a reference to another variable. This is a value. But what is literal? Actually, it is a form of value, but it is not really referring to the syntax that we supposed to enter. Okay. Anyone ever handle this kind of situation or not? I believe for line fit carriage return, which mean the new line, yes, some of you will do it, and then maybe single quote, double quote, okay. But how about the left side, which is the numerical literals? Anyone ever use this inside your code in the other programming language or anywhere else? Okay. So sometimes, right, when you are given with the octal number, but your computer is decimal, which is 0 to 9, sometimes you need to enter with your calculator first, and then you will type the value. Okay, so that was my experience last time. Not on me, but with some of the other developer, because they don't know about this representation, which accepted in Java. Okay, so we will I think for character, actually it is a very for the Unicode is already explained earlier in the character data type. Okay, backspace, tab, line fit, carriage return, form fit, okay, double quote, single quote, backslash. So all of these character need to be escaped with a backslash in front. Okay, because double quote, it is the double quote is a syntax to define a string value. So if you want to put double quote inside a string, you have to escape with backslash. Okay, hello, backslash. So when you print, you will get the code. Okay, so same goes to the rest, but actually there is one okay, there is one dangerous character literal, which is this one, carriage return. Okay, so backspace and carriage return, I share with you because this is part of the Java basic, but please do not do this. Okay, carriage return is very useful when you want to perform long running tasks, but backspace, please do not try to use it. Okay, it will literally press your backspace on your keyboard. Okay, this will what will happen. I put here backslash b. Okay, oh sorry, interpret ASCII. Okay, sorry, if you don't didn't get the effect, and then you need to interpret ASCII control character. Okay, so when you enter, you will miss the original value that you want. Okay, please avoid using backspace. Okay, what happened to carriage return? It will remove whatever in front. Okay, only left whatever at the it will remove everything before the carriage return. Okay, carriage return actually in anyone ever use typewriter machine, the old typewriter machine? Okay.
No.
So if you actually in the typewriter, there is a key. Actually there is a enter key, and then after that, okay, after you already type at the end of the line, you have to press enter, and then you can push back the cursor to in front, so that you can type in a new line. If you didn't press the enter, if we just and then you just simply push to the front, you are actually writing on the same line again. So that is what happening with the carriage return, which means you only return, but you are still on the same line. So that's why this character not exist in Mac and also Linux, only in Windows. But I think maybe in future Windows actually they will remove this. But this feature very useful for long running tasks. In future I will show example on how to use this. Okay, the last one, already 5 minutes. Okay, sorry, another 5 minutes. We will settle on this literal. So whenever that you have all of these weird numbers or very scientific or mathematical numbers, you don't have to afraid, and then you don't have to key in your calculator or create or maybe load a library to convert. No need. Okay, you can put the number directly to assign as a value to a variable. Okay, so before that, how do you interpret this? Can you give me the exact number in decimal format for binary, this binary line? 10100101. What will be the decimal value? Decimal number. Anyone still remember how to convert binary to decimal? 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2.
Is it 165?
165, correct. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so when it comes to numerical literal, you can either use byte, short, integer, long. You can use. Okay, so let use integer. A equals to 0, B. You don't have to type as a string. If like this, no, it will not work, because this is a string. This is a string value. Okay, what we are going to type actually, it is an integer value but in different representation. Okay, so that's why it is called literal. Okay, so it is a value but it does not conform to the normal syntax. Okay, it works. 0b, so when it starts with 0b, it is a binary number. But when we show the result, because we store as an integer, all the primitive values are by default in decimal number. Okay, so integer. When we print, actually we will get the decimal number. The value representation in binary, but the result always in decimal. Okay. So, okay, maybe if you want to show, how about if I want in binary representation, okay, from decimal, this is up, okay, you can always use back the integer class, which is the class for the primitive data type. So we call as a wrapper data type. Okay, actually it will wrap the primitive data type with additional functions. So that's why it is a wrapper data type or wrapper class of primitive data type. Okay, so you type this integer, which is the wrapper class for primitive int, dot to binary string. Okay, a which is 165, and then you can get back, but without this ob, 0b, sorry, without 0b, you will get the full binary representation. Okay, so this is binary. So octal, a will always start with 0, 1 2 3 4. Sorry. Okay, 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, before that, we go back to binary representation. What if I put not 10. Okay, I put 2. Okay, so it will be error. Okay, syntax error, which means this is not a correct binary literal. Okay, so we go to octal. So this one is binary. So octal, sorry, okay, for octal start with 0 and then followed by 5, 6, 7. Okay, so what will be the value? Okay, so double slash actually it will comment the whole line. Okay, so 5, 6, 7 from octal actually when convert to decimal it become 375. Okay, so please be careful when you want to pronounce all of these literal numbers. So you cannot say that this is okay, start with 0, but you will say 567. Okay, from mathematical perspective you say wrongly. You must say 567 octal base. Okay, base 8 or in octal number. Okay, 567, because when we are saying about 100,000s, everything referring to decimal. Okay, so 567 octal number, okay, equivalent to 375 in decimal. Okay, 567 in octal equivalent to 375 in decimal. Okay, I'm so sorry because I also want to touch about linguistic a bit, because this is how you want to explain to the others about your code. Okay, next is decimal. Now decimal is the standard number. Okay, when you type 567 and then you also get the same thing. Okay, next is hexadecimal. Okay, so this one is octal. So next is equals to octal. Octals always start with 0x. Okay, 0x binary, 0b, octal 0. Okay, 0x a b c 4. Okay, so hexadecimal, it does not care whether you are using capital or small letter. Okay, so this one is hexa 0x. So this value actually when represent into decimal 43,000. Okay, so this is about literal. So you have to know these are the difference between value and literal. Value actually is referring to the exact, to the syntax that you need to follow. Okay, which is all of this. Okay, numbers, characters, boolean. Okay, you have to follow the syntax or format. Okay, but literals actually it will give the expected result but in different format. Okay, it's still valid in different format, so it is literal. Okay, so that is the definition of it. Okay, so these are some examples that I think you can try to do it later. Okay, so these are the things that I explained earlier about wrapper data type or wrapper class for primitive data type. So all of them are similar except for integer and character. Okay, so all the rest are the same except for the first capital letter, but for integer is the full integer and char is full character. Okay, I guess okay, this one later. On the conversion we will do in another class. Okay, so I think that's all for tonight's session. Okay, so I hope you can get that's why I don't want to give you too much, but I want you to understand. Okay, I want to understand, I want to deliver to you. It is not about programming skill only. There are a lot of skills that you also need to learn, and then you also need to master together with your programming, so that you will get your passion. Okay, you will get your passion. You will know, okay, these are the things that I think I need to explore more. Okay, and then these are the things that, okay, I think I want to share to someone else, but I need to know first before I share to someone else. Okay, so I hope yeah, this will be I think more to learning about programming instead of learning Java just a bit. Okay, but I hope it will be very useful for you to follow up in future sessions, not only Java but for the others also. And then if you are not sure, please keep throwing this kind of questions. Okay, how to do this, what happen if I don't code like this, and then is there any alternative instead of writing like this. Okay, so you need to keep throwing questions, because these questions actually, this the answers from this question actually will be the answer that people will throw question to you in future. Okay, so I think that's all for Java class. Yes, nothing much tonight, but anything else, anyone want to ask something, anything not clear, or maybe anyone want to ask me why I still code Java for 10 years, or maybe why I need to code Java. If you want to ask, okay, feel free to ask.
Why do you still code in Java?
Okay, I still code in Java because the I can say is the beauty side of Java, because it allow me, because it is open actually, very open, flexible, extensible. So because of this feature actually, it allow me to explore more and do more with Java programming. Okay, so because after this you will have a lot of things about Java. And then the most crucial part is because first, vendor supported. This is a crucial key points in enterprise environment. If the programming languages is not supported by vendor, so it will be a risk. Okay, in enterprise environment it will be a risk. And then one more thing is, because Java actually have proper processes, and this one is towards how people drive Java lah. Java have a very proper processes, discussions, and also papers. Okay, in order to introduce some feature, right? So there are some proper feature, and then incubator. So there are a lot of processes actually. And then at first I think, why do they have all of this process, right? Because the same process actually happen to non-Java or non-technical inside a corporate world. Okay, so that's why it is not only about Java, but what Java have, how they construct, how they maintain Java, that makes me, oh, I actually gain more than Java. So that's why I stay with Java for 10 years and maybe in future. Okay, if you say about, oh, Java, why Java so heavy, use a lot of memory, I will show you in future how to use Java less than 20 megabyte RAM. Is it possible? We will know later. Okay, nowadays Java is different compared to previous years. Okay, anything else?
Could you tell me more about the differences between the old Java and the new Java?
Sorry, difference between?
You said that Java from the old times is different. from today.
Ah,
So could you explain that?
okay. Okay, how do I learn? I also come from the old times also lah. How do I learn about Java last time, right? The first thing is old technology, outdated technology. This is what prepared in the education environment. Okay, especially I can say, to be honest, I'm from UITM, so that is what given to me during that time. Okay, so what do I learn actually? Oh, very basic things. And then when it comes to GUI, especially GUI actually is the most terrible part that I learned in Java. Okay, because it is very hard to maintain, and then too many codes that I need to do. So that's why that part actually is a bit crucial. And then after that, it's very hard. Last time actually I didn't start with Swing. Anyone know about Swing? Swing GUI. Actually, I didn't start with Swing. I started with Java ME, which is I need to code GUI inside mobile, and then after that I need to code using AWT. Okay, AWT is a abstract window toolkit, which is provided by OS to create a GUI, and then after that, no. Right now we can make GUI. I think some of you already know about Electron, right? Which is you can code JavaScript and HTML CSS into so-called executable file, right? Can package into Windows or some other OS binary. Actually, Java also can do. It's already earlier than Electron. Okay, it is called JavaFX. Okay, JavaFX. Since Java 7, I already start using it. So that one actually, it split the it apply the separation of concern that I told some of you. It can split between the interface and also the functions. And then from there actually it was very easy to maintain. And then I can embed it website. I can also apply CSS. So that become very friendly nowadays. Okay, and then now JavaFX is not part of the core Java anymore. It's already changed to OpenJFX. Okay. Okay. So there are a lot of example inside here actually. So actually there are builder also. Okay, scene builder, which is you can just drag and drop and how to construct the very reactive desktop application. Okay, so you can make all of this using Java. This kind of a GUI. Okay, it is called OpenJFX. JavaFX is already convert to, or it is already open. Take it out from core Java. Last time it was part of core Java until Java 8. Java 7, Java 8 it is part of JavaFX is part of core Java. Then it's already take up. So that's why right now Java it become very lightweight compared to previous years lah. Okay, so there are a lot of things. Last time when you want to execute Java, you must have at least your laptop one executable file. Actually, Hello World, it will consume you about 20 to 50 megabyte RAM. Okay, but nowadays it can execute less than 5 megabyte RAM. Okay, your Java code can compile into native binary. Okay, just as fast as Golang, but the approach is a bit different. But I will share with all of you in future because that part is a bit technical. Okay, so there are a lot of things coming there because Java is keep growing and evolving. Last time, let me share earlier. Sorry. Okay. Last time. Okay. From this slide actually, if you notice, from Java 8 to Java 9, it required 3 years to move one version. But right now it's 6 months. Okay. So there are a lot of Java committers actually. They are introducing new things. They are removing old things from Java to make Java relevant for nowadays. Okay, every 6 months there will be new version. Okay, so the new version is not I can say is does not have a long term support. Okay, but moving forward, every 2 years there will be long term support, just like Ubuntu lah. Okay, a lot of things I'm going to share about Java in future. Don't worry. Okay, anything else you want to know?
Nak tanya. Tadi ada cakap yang Java is supported by vendor. Yang tu apa maksudnya?
Okay, okay, part ni is very crucial because okay, first Java originated by Sun Microsystem kan. Lepas tu Oracle beli kan. Okay, so that is what mean by supported by vendor. Kalau macam Golang supported by Google. Okay, so tapi macam Python is supported by siapa yang support Python. Okay, lepas tu macam PHP, siapa yang support PHP? Company besar mana yang back PHP, which mean kalau orang yang dekat sebab benda ni semua open source, kalau orang yang open source tu tak commit, at least ada vendor yang still responsible untuk terus maintain programming language.
Oh, okay. Nampak.
Dan lagi satu, ada difference untuk vendor support ni, dia akan ada bayaran untuk immediate support. Contoh kalau macam tadi aku cakap tadi, Java release setiap 6 bulan untuk version baru. Tapi kalau untuk version yang sedia ada, untuk tunggu the next version tu ada problem, kita boleh issue tiket dekat vendor ni dan diorang akan bagi hotfix immediate. Okay, sebab kena ingat benda ni tak perfect, benda ni semuanya dari manusia.
Okay, understood.
Okay, so kalau yang lain-lain tu semua betul-betul open source, tak ada vendor support, ada issue, create lah tiket issue dekat GitHub, lepas tu tunggu lah bila.
Okay, faham.
Sebab kadang-kadang ada satu open source software tu, dia punya contributor cakap apa tau, sorry, this is only my free time project. Mampu nak menunggu support. Ramai dah orang komplain. Okay, so itu pentingnya dalam enterprise tau. Sebab kalau tak ada vendor support, tiba-tiba benda tu fail, business akan down, company akan tanggung rugi. Bahaya.
Okay, understood.
Okay,
Okay.
lagi?
Okay, thank you. So point tu lah yang lain semua clear.
Tak apa, sebab sikit je kan. Cuma kita nak bagi pendedah awareness. Ni adalah part awareness pasal Java. Kita tak nak orang cakap pasal programming je. Jangan cakap pasal programming je. Sebab macam hari tu saya dah cakap, programming ni dalam dunia IT hanya 1%. Sebab kalau kata dia punya programming boleh hasilkan duit 1 juta, bukan programming tu sebenarnya yang pastikan boleh dapat 1 juta. Sebab ada banyak faktor lain lagi. Dari segi audit, dari segi compliance, dari segi risk management, operation management, lepas tu vendor management, banyak benda lagi. Okay, benda tu semua nak tanya saya in future, insyaAllah nanti saya akan buat kelas.
Boleh, nanti kena study dulu lah. Baru prepare soalan yang tak tahu lagi.
Tak apa, tak ada hal. Sebab benda tu sebenarnya bagus bila buat sekali dengan programming. Sebab benda tu sebenarnya kena apply dalam programming. Bila ada sikap macam tu, maksudnya kita bertanggungjawab dengan kita punya kod. Sebab kadang-kadang orang cakap ada budak-budak cakap, alah, mana saya tahu, saya follow tutorial.
Betul.
Kalau macam tu memang you dah fail lah as a programmer.
Okay.
So itu maksud dia ethics dan empathy yang saya dah cakap sebelum ni lah. Okay.
Okay.
Tadi ada nampak kat slide Java EE dikenali sebagai Jakarta E.
Betul.
Nama ke?
Okay. Bagus tanya soalan ni. Okay, sebelum ni memang Java EE dikatakan sebagai primary support dia daripada Oracle. Tapi Oracle tiba-tiba cakap dah tak nak support dah. So Java EE ni diserahkan kepada Eclipse. Eclipse ni adalah adalah satu foundation yang menggerakkan banyak inisiatif. Dia macam Apache. Eclipse ni adalah salah satu badan yang buat open source initiative juga. So diserahkan kepada Java EE ni diserahkan kepada Eclipse, tetapi dia punya clause dia sebabkan copyright. Okay, dalam Java sebenarnya dia ada tak ingat BSD ya. Dia ada certain licensing. Okay, yang membuatkan dia orang terpaksa tukarkan nama daripada Java jadi Jakarta.
Kenapa Jakarta tak
Yang ini kan, siapa yang tahu tak yang pasal dulu ada Boti Macbook Face. Boti Macbook Face. Ni nama yang diberikan untuk ada kapal ni. Dia buat open macam open poll tau. Pergi suggest nama, lepas tu tengok siapa yang paling banyak vote kan. So sama lah macam Java. Java dia ada banyak nama juga yang suggest, tapi dia orang buat voting, so Jakarta EE yang naik paling banyak lah. So cara yang sama. So, open lah, open. So dia jadi Jakarta. Sebab apa nama Jakarta? Sebab sebab Java ni Jawa. So Jakarta dekat dalam Pulau Jawa ke ah. Sebab sebelum ni ada inisiatif awal-awal dulu daripada Apache, nama dia Jakarta. So Apache Jakarta tu banyak membantu Java developer dulu-dulu untuk memudahkan programming Java. So that's why bila vote balik, okay, Jakarta EE. Sebab dalam Java ni sebenarnya ramai senior yang daripada zaman Java awal-awal dulu. Okay, bagi je jawapan. Kalau rasa tak nak tidur lagi, kalau tak rasa tak nak stop lagi, tanya je. Saya okey.
Okay, korang buat borak dulu. Nanti apa-apa kita roger lagi. Like bro. Thank you bro.
Okay. Okay, boleh borak lagi ni.
Nak tanya tadi waktu buat initialize benda ni yang hello world tu, kira tadi tak ada pakai macam Maven ataupun Gradle. Actually what's the difference?
Okay.
Okay,
kena faham sebab apa tak pakai Maven dan Gradle. Sebab Maven dia lebih kepada dependency management. Yang itu bila melibatkan library asing dan kita perlu pakaikan library tu, baru kita gunakan library dependency management. Okay, dependency management ni dia sebenarnya membantu untuk automate. Okay, contoh saya nak buat okay.
Sebab based on saya faham dia adalah project object ni model POM.
Bukan. Okay, POM tu sebenarnya project object model tu sebenarnya dia adalah representation dalam project tu. Dia nak bagi details. Okay, sebab apa perlukan benda tu? Sebab dia membantu untuk automate kan. Okay, so Maven, kalau kita tulis dependency semua sekian-sekian, library apa, dia akan tolong retrieve. Okay, lepas tu bila kita nak run testing, perlukan library apa, lepas tu report macam mana, define dalam POM tu. Bila kita run, Maven akan tolong automatekan benda tu. Sebab kalau